So what happens when you take the first hole ever to catch 2,000 billfish in a year and turn her into a center console? Come on inside and we're going to show you on this episode of Shop Walk. So this is our 30-foot game fisherman. We actually took this boat in on trade for a customer, and we decided to keep it because it's just a classic boat. You know, for us up here, it's the perfect striper boat. Fished on this boat in Guatemala, not this particular one, but this hull. First boat to catch 2,000 billfish in a year was a 30-foot game fisherman. This particular boat has a 435 horse, 6-cylinder Volvo single screw on this boat. Very flat bottom, spins on a dime, even with single screw, got bow thruster up front, super clean wake, everything you can want. Old fashioned, typical trim tabs. So this is the classic game fisherman, classic Florida lines, as I'd like to talk about. It's a slight tumble home. You have your very small spray rail built in, guardrail for the sides, but you see the gentle curve going up on the sheer. Just a pretty boat. Sexy hull. This boat, when you run it, you're smiling. Let's go inside and take a look around. This one's a Walkaround. Perfect little setup. Let's go check it out. So this, for us, is a project boat. You know, Scott and I'll come in on the weekends and have a couple beers while we're doing a little project on here, going through the wiring, rewiring the boat. Obviously, we're going to redo the teak. We're probably going to do this in faux teak just because less maintenance. Classic platform, classic walk around. I mean, for up here, striper fishing, it's perfect. For Florida, sail fishing, it's perfect. You can put a kite out the front, kite out the back. Small cabin's got a head down below, storage. Huge casting platform up front. This was the precursor to center consoles. But classic layout, center helm. We have a little bar stool going in here. Cool little cockpit. Again, access below here to the engine room. Come in here to the cabin. Little cushion will go up there, and good stereo system. You're all set. So this boat, when we took it on trade, had a full tower. I think we're just going to put a hard top and keep it low maintenance, low effort to go out fishing. Less stuff to clean. Going to put in a teak deck because why not? You know, this is going to be our boat to go out on the weekends and catch some stripers, catch bluefish, catch tuna. I know Matt likes to throw poppers at giant bluefins. Maybe we'll get one. We got to figure out how big of a tuna we can get through that door, but I think we can get a pretty big one through there. We'll see. So back in the day, a 30-foot boat would have been a inboard diesel boat like this, like a 31 Bertram that I talk about all the time. Today, you would build this boat as an outboard, and that's just what we're doing right now inside the shop. So we just took a look at our classic 30 inboard. Now let's go take a look at our new 30. Along the way, let's check out our 55 Flybridge Walkaround and 46 Express. We got stuff going on there we want to show you. We're here at the 55 Flybridge Walkaround. Let's hop up here and take a look at the new mezzanine that we're working on. Remember when the mezzanine seats were the cheap seats? Now they're front row. It's a whole lot of boat that goes into this relatively little section. It's going to be seating, engine room access, live wells in this particular situation. Curve in the face of the mezzanine to match the curve of the transom and the curve of the top of the bridge. You can see where we still have some curve left to cut out of the toe kick. There's going to be indirect lighting down there. Exciting to see this come together. So because this is a walk around, we had to get a little creative with our engine room ventilation. My friend Mike Murray here designed a whole system that the engine room is going to get its air behind the seats in the salon. So it's going to come in through that hole right there that you see. Walk around boat. We got a nice size salon here. This is a forward cabinetry. This is all storage forward. This will all be seating. Obviously big giant hatches for when the engines do have to be serviced. For a walk around boat, this salon feels huge. You never know you're in there. Filming from the forward bulkhead, looking out. Obviously you got a great view out to the spread. Never more than a few steps away to the door and out into the cockpit. Just wanted to point out, you know, the way this looks right now because of the shape of the mold. That's the flange that we need to infuse this part. That's all going to get trimmed off. It's going to change the entire look. Then it'll really start to get sexy. Running gears installed. You can see the curves. Let's hop down and get a closer look. This is our wake adaptive running gear. You can see everything's bent. CJR propulsion designed it that way, to have a cleaner wake, less vibration. And up on the transom, we have a couple underwater lights, but this customer said, I want my lights right over the propellers. So here they are. And I thought, why would you want them there? And he said, he's had more than one occasion where in the middle of the night, he picked up a rope on his props and had to jump overboard with a knife and a mask and a snorkel and cut away the line. Now, if you got to hold a flashlight and a knife, not so easy to do in the open ocean. But with a light shining down on the props, genius. I recommend this to everybody. What we have here is a 46 Express with the classic struts and rudders, typically done on game boats for years. Straight, no curves, just pure tradition. Oh, hey, I'm up here in front of the fuel tank. We're just getting ready to drop her in place. Come on over, let me show you how we do this. So we just looked at the running gear on a 46. And on our way back here to the 30, I noticed that the fuel tank was going in. I thought I'd show you some of the things we do with our fuel tanks. So this tank is built by Best Fab down in Florida. They ship it up here. It's aluminum tank. It's tar coated. So that's an epoxy tar. You can see we have our 3 fuel pickups and 3 fuel returns. Diesel doesn't just come out of a tank, it has to go back in. And then we put a fuel fill on both sides. Which side of the boat you pull up to the fuel dock, your fuel fill is there. This is a 700-gallon tank. It's gonna drop in. We always set our tanks on top of rubber pads, so there's no vibration of the tank transferring into the, against the chatter of fiberglass stringers. We'll put a little bit of foam around the top edge to kind of keep it in place, but we're not filling that cavity with foam. I like to have the air circulating around the tank. So this fuel tank's going down in our 46 Walkaround, and because it's a Walkaround, that's why we have all the pickups and returns on the forward face. If it was a game boat or a express, fills and pickups are on the top. While we were up here looking at the fuel tank, I thought I'd point out, one of the big design constraints with a Walkaround, obviously from side to side, fore to aft, same size engine room. But what you don't take into account with a Walkaround, this is your deck. Outboard of the engines, your ceiling is way down here, as opposed to inboard, over top of the engines, the ceiling's this high. So you have just as much floor space. Technically, there's not as much cubic feet. We have to be concerned what we place outside of the engines, outboard of the engines, because it's a lot harder to get to, especially for skinny guys like me. Another change that we've made, that we've implemented after spending a lot of time talking with CJR about the wake adaptive propulsion, we moved our water pickups for our engines forward to the engines. They used to be back there, but this, whatever turbulence that pickup creates under the hull, it'll dissipate by the time it gets back to the props, so there won't be any prop burn or anything we have to worry about by doing that one move. So we've done a video already about how the engine room is the heart of the boat. One of the things that was always important to me, I don't like to put a lot of holes in my boat. We designed a common drain system on both sides, so every motor, every pump, every piece of refrigeration is cooled by seawater. So that seawater gets pumped into the boat, and then we got to pump it out of the boat. We do a centralized single line that goes out 2 holes through the back of the boat. If you get a chance, check out the other engine room video that we did. All kind of ties together. So this is the 46 Walkaround deck. We actually call it the deck liner for the boat that we were just on. Give you an idea of the size of this cockpit. Matt's almost in the aft corner, aft port corner of that, and I'm about in the forward starboard corner. I would call this a huge cockpit. Okay, so we're up here in the 46 Walkaround bridge liner. This is all custom, so if they want to add to this, if they want just a pedestal here, they can do that. If they want this to be lower bench seating, we can do that. One of the things that is unique is this whole floor is the engine room ceiling. It all comes out. Half a day in the yard, you can have the engines out without cutting any fiberglass. We saw the hull, the deck liner. This goes on top of the deck liner over top of the engine room. When everything goes down, then the ring cap goes on, and that's all the big pieces of the boat. This is the 46 ring cap. We build it at the start when we build everything else. This goes on the Walkaround. But it can't come through the shops. As it goes on at the end, we bring it around the outside, and we have it sitting here waiting to go onto the boat before it comes out the door. Our 30's sitting here right next to our 46-foot Walkaround deck, but this is kind of like an evolution here. This is where it started with the 30-foot game fisherman, And now here we are with the 46 Release Walkaround. Every great sport fishing boat starts in the cockpit, and this one's huge. This leaning post is going to get 3 Release teak helm chairs on top of it. Inside's going to be a Seakeeper. What more do you want? So we're mocking up our huge helm station. We're going to have 3 giant MFDs on here, faux teak helm pod. You're going to be able to stand up here because you're going to have a stand-through T-top with a second station. Plenty of room to get around. Plenty of room for rod holders to get around. I think there's going to be a head inside the console. She's going to be sweet. So there's the seating area up front. You got plenty of storage on either side. There'll be a part that goes across there. So this becomes a casting platform. You can get up on here, and if it's calm enough out, you can jump up on the deck and throw a cast net. There'll be a trolling motor going up there. So we designed the forward part of the center console to be a mini chaise lounge. Entry will be on the side there. Cooler storage built in here. Everything you could want. So on the back of the 30, we have an Armstrong bracket, custom made to fit the camber of this hull. I'm going to put 2 350 Yamahas are going on this boat. Armstrong brackets are positive flotation units. It gives us another 2.5 feet of planing surface. And one of the things I love about Armstrong brackets is the ladder is built in and disappears. So this is one of the top secret projects we're working on right now. Can't wait to show you this. A couple more weeks. We've already done some sea trials on her. This is going to be fun. So I know we're showing you a lot here in the shop walk, but we've got 12 different boats here, 7 different models. We've got everything from traditional straight shaft boats, Volvo IPS boats, outboard boats. We've also got 2 boats down in the marina. That's a lot of boats being built at one time for a custom builder. Just another day at Release. So today we started out with the 30-foot Game Fisherman inboard boat. Went to the 30-foot outboard version of that boat. Along the way we looked at the 46 running gear. We looked at 55 Flybridge Walkaround, what's going on with that. We stopped and looked at 46 inboard Walkaround. Looked at the deck, looked at the fuel tank going on. Let us know what else you would like us to show you in these shop walks where we pull back the curtain and let you see inside of, how the sausage is made. Leave a comment. Check out some of our other shop walk videos and maybe see a dock walk video. See these babies in the water are a lot sexier.